Oh shit. Oh, that was so good. Cool. Yeah. We big live and you just sitting there staring at your phone. That's crazy.
Trying to get everything together.
Well, you're making me go first again, so
You didn't go first last week.
you're making me go first, despite needing to go first twice.
I don't think that's how that works.
It's a thing. It's definitely a thing. Who's in the chat right now?
You already know when to chat first.
No, he don't be in chat first.
The champions.
He show up a little late sometimes.
Not that I recall.
But it's okay. We'll
The
talk
champions
about.
dictate when we start. We don't start until the champs show up.
I think you guys should be just as worried about Oregon as we are.
I'm not worried about Oregon in the least bit. We control trenches around here, boy.
Okay.
We ain't afraid of no Pac-12 teams. Y'all can be afraid of them. Because y'all be fucking around and losing to
They
them.
just got a 5-star quarterback.
Oh, they just got a 5-star quarterback. That shit means so much to y'all. That shit means so much. Oh, a cornerback. 5-star corner. Oh, yeah, you talking about Dorian Brew?
Yes, Dorian Brew.
Oh, yeah. Damn, who they beat out for him? It's a real good corner.
A team that already has
I
two.
wonder whose ass they kicked to get him.
A team that already has 2 5-star cornerbacks. That's for
It's,
that class.
it's funny to live. It must be nice to live in that universe where, like, when we really want a guy, we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. And then we don't get him. It's like, oh no, that's cool. We didn't need him anyway.
Oh,
that must be a great place to live.
The person that said he was going to get Jordan Davison weeks ago.
But did I hinge anything on that? Did I say that, hey yo, if we don't get Jordan Davison, we fucked up? You know what I'm saying? Like Jordan Davison is the key to our class. He's gonna get us over. He's gonna get us over the top.
I didn't say that about Dorian Brew.
Okay, fair enough.
And
we both lost Jordan Davison.
No, we did. We both did. No. But getting Tony Alford, boy.
Oh! Thank you for helping me adjust my L's list. Thank you so much.
Getting Tony Alford, boy, that's done.
Yeah, maybe I should have went first. Coming off this conversation, because EJ Holland's ass is flamed.
You really? Who do you like more? Well, no, you know what? I don't think you have a problem with Bronny. You have a problem with the whole situation, but we'll get there. I'm sure. All right, so I guess we're starting with W's and L's.
That's fine with me.
Chillmonger says we better start with Hawk Tua, but we talked about that last week. Where were you, sir?
We did talk about Hawk Tua last week.
Where were you? All right. W's and L's, the weekly recap show. We give a dub to the things that we like and an L to the things that we don't. I think I have a light list.
Not surprised you kept trying to make me go first.
Yeah, but you have not been on.
Not surprised I haven't been on the show.
You weren't on the show 2 weeks ago, or was that 3 weeks ago?
When was I out of town? In Houston? That was in May, fam. We're about to be in July.
No.
That was in May.
The balance has been askew ever since then. That's the point. Because Johnny went first. Not
my
you.
boy reaching. That boy reaching.
I don't think so. All right. Anyways, on to my dubs. I'm going to give a dub to Lupe Fiasco, who just dropped an album by the title of Samurai. Crazy thing about this album, the context, like the general theme of the album.
Of battling?
If Amy Winehouse was a battle rapper.
If Amy Winehouse was a battle rapper, I don't know if I want that.
The album is really good.
Is it?
It's only 8 songs, easy to get through, 31 minutes. Nothing but boom bap, bars.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Pretty easy to get through.
We'll see.
But the theme, and I didn't think about it until like I was already done with the album twice. That's a crazy thing. But if you get a chance, go ahead and listen to Lupe's new album. I think Roddy Ricch came out with a single too that kind of had the same beat as the motto. Everybody's talking about that. I think that's really about it. I mean, I know Drake dropped 2 singles that nobody cares about.
I heard the one with Camila Cabello.
He has 2 songs on her album.
Okay. That's interesting.
Drake fans are out there trying to run the numbers up for it.
Fam, that ain't gonna work.
You
need a new route.
You absolutely need
a new route. That ain't gonna work.
Especially when you're out
here. That ain't gonna get it.
Especially when you're out here complaining about Kendrick bots. What is this?
Which was never.
You're inflating streams. You don't even care about the song. You just that's bullshit.
I'm gonna put on my Joe Budden cap and be like, man, that shit was awesome. That shit was great. That's the shit we've been waiting on. That shit's about to tear up the summer.
No.
Right along with Wagwan Delilah.
Gross.
That's gonna play back to back. Camila Cabello followed by Wagwan Delilah. We running this shit up.
Warriors are waiving Chris Paul.
They waived him?
$30 million guarantee day today.
Damn.
According to Woj, so I'll wait to see what Sham says.
That's not a thing.
All right. Second and I think last dub goes to Akron, the University of Akron. So I'm going to be honest with you. I've seen a long list of names in the NBA draft that I just did not know. But I've seen a college that I knew. Enrique Freeman got drafted to the Pacers from the University of Akron. Enrique Freeman. And then also, apparently a lot of Zips are making U.S. Olympic trials and Bahamas Olympic trials as well. For basketball and I'm assuming track. So Akron doing big things out here.
Who the hell was playing in that random ass football game versus Japan?
There was a random football game in Japan?
There was like no. There was a football game like U.S. versus Japan. It couldn't have been like Olympic trials because I'm thinking that would either had to have been college or professional players.
Yeah.
So who the hell was playing in that game? Because apparently they got blown out like 40 to 20.
Wait, who got blown out?
The U.S.
By Japan?
Yes. At any level, that's disrespect. I just feel like
extremely disrespectful.
Even at Pee-wee. But again, yeah, they got trounced.
It started here, and I can't imagine Japan has been playing that long.
Dog, I don't know what level they were playing on, but it was a U.S. team and a Japanese team, and a Japanese team at 41, U.S. team at 20.
Yikes!
It was getting handled.
Also, yikes! Chillmonger said Amy Winehouse would run the King of the Dot. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. Yeah, I didn't know she had bars like that.
No one did.
Johnny said they should have never signed Chris Paul, which is true because they're going to sign Paul George.
Ew.
You know, take him from the Lakers.
I don't know the Lakers.
Yeah, because the Lakers
want him over here.
The Lakers want him.
First of all, why are you talking to me when you talking about the Lakers?
Because that's your team, bro.
No, only talk to me when you're talking about Kobe Bryant. If you got something to say, I am going to be the same way LeBron fans have been for the last 20 years. I'm going to follow a player. If my player is retired, rest his soul. So I don't have a team right now.
Yikes.
Don't have a team.
All right, on to my L's. I'm giving an L to Canada. Sorry, Chillmonger.
Oh, Canada.
Sorry, Chillmonger. Because it would seem that Canada wants to engage in yet another beef.
With who?
Apparently, Party Next Door wants to beef with not just one singer,
Party in the party,
but multiple singers. Chris Brown, Bryson Tiller, and Jeremiah. Because apparently they have a song. They did a video with Party Next Door's ex or baby mom. And so he started tweeting and deleting, talking about, I'm about to make these niggas cry.
My boy about to use his coke strength to go fight them all.
Apparently. I'm going to make these niggas cry. Bryson, Chris, and Jeremiah, enjoy the nights of your life. And then he said, doing videos at 34, that bitch broke. Talking about his ex-girlfriend. Yikes.
Don't talk about Mel like that.
He wants beef.
You didn't even hear what I said.
Yeah, you said Mel. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yikes.
Woo! Yeah, no, I don't know where that beef is going to go. Probably nowhere.
Nowhere.
Now that the OVO security service has been shut down.
The reason I'm giving him an L is because I think Chris Brown has pretty much proven that you do not want to beef with Chris Brown.
Yeah, please don't. That's probably why it got deleted.
There's two people that I don't want to beef with, and that's Kendrick Lamar and Chris Brown.
Like, what Party? If he say something about you, what you gonna say? How are you even going to respond in an auto-tuned diss track?
Yeah.
Fuck Chris Brown and
fuck Chris Brown.
I don't like Chris Breezy. That's gonna be the diss, right?
Oh, I can see. He ain't gonna rap at him.
Cause I'm party next door. Oh,
Cause I'm party next door. Saying your name
bring
in a
them
diss
over.
track. Saying. Chillmonger said, Lakers are good. Didn't you see them recast LeBron?
Please stop. Please stop.
Perp said Canada dry.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, if they're willing to take another L in a beef, by all means.
I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make fucking turn in his grave.
Facts. All right, we've been kind of hinting at it already, but I'm giving an L to Oregon recruiting. And
An L? Yo, what is this nonsense?
This is
They've been on fire.
This is me hating. This is absolutely
big
me
hate.
hating.
And let me tell you, he the biggest hater.
I hate the way that Dan Lanning walks, the way that he talks, the way that he dresses. Absolutely.
Oh,
I'm going to go up to Eugene, and he's going to have to run my fade.
For what?
Because he's recruiting too well.
Oh, my God.
Way too well. Run my fade.
Jesus Christ.
Why
are your panties in a bunch about some 2025 recruits?
Well, here's the thing. This isn't the first two recruits. There have been multiple transfer portal and recruits.
Yeah, no, they've been heating up.
I know.
Heating up.
And I'm hating.
Guy, okay.
I am hating.
The same way I told you to calm down when you were proclaiming that Michigan had the worst offseason of any national championship team because they dare not have a top flight recruiting class at the moment. I'm gonna tell you to relax about Oregon and Dan Lanning. Number one, Pac-12 team, right? Trenches deficient. And you don't fix that in one portal class and one 2025 class of undeveloped high school players.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so let's take some of the stank off of there. Plus, number two, Dan Lanning coaches football like he's playing chicken. So you're always going to have an opportunity to beat Dan Lanning, regardless of what team he's fielding, because he don't follow the principles of the game.
Well, no, you bring up a very solid point, is that it's not just recruiting, it's also coaching.
It's also coaching. There's a whole other factor to fielding these athletes, and that's what they look like when they're in your system. But now Dan Lanning is a talent hoarder for sure, and he probably learned that from his time in Georgia, in Athens.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean the man can coach a football game. I watched him lose twice to Washington, a team who Michigan trounced last year. He lost to that same team 2 times and got dominated on the offensive side of the ball. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't move.
With teams that weren't his.
What do you mean with teams that weren't his?
He didn't recruit those players.
Man, stop it. Dan Lanning won, 10 games last year? We won 9, 10 games. Okay, so he's good enough to win 10 games. He should be good enough to beat Washington once. Don't tell me, he can't win because those aren't his players. He won 10 games.
No. What I'm saying is, I want to see what Dan Lanning looks like when he has his guys in there.
First of all, okay, this is Dan Lanning's first coaching stop. You say shit like that to guys like Urban Meyer or Les Miles or Jim Harbaugh. You don't say that shit about a guy who's getting his first crack. What does it mean? Has Dan Lanning ever won a national championship? Has Dan Lanning won a big game?
This is his first.
So what is this? We have to wait till he gets his players nonsense. What is it? How would we know it's going to look any different under the players that he recruited besides what's going on now?
It might look different. My point is, I want to see whether or not he's going to continue to fumble in big games, or if he's going to
go for it on 4th down when he doesn't need to, decide not to play field position.
But when he has the talent that he wants, do those things look different?
Give teams an opportunity to make its way back. Oregon, in the 20 years that I've been watching college football, has never been talent deficient. Never, ever been talent deficient. It is not an idea of, I have to play a certain way because we suck. They're not Colorado.
Sure.
They're not Colorado.
Sure.
And honestly, I don't think you're going to have to wait very long for Dan Lanning to show you how he's going to coach a game. I think it'll be very evident very early.
Could be. I don't know. Or he could win one game between, the big games that he has this year.
Perp. Tony Robinson, what's up, fellas?
But yeah, no, he's going to have to run my fade. I'm driving to Eugene. I'm starting tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I guess my last L is going to the debate, just as a whole. But one specific thing that kind of stuck out to me.
We got Look, we finally defeated Medicare.
The only signs of vitality I saw in Joe Biden is when they talked about golf. And when he mentioned the suckers and losers.
When his wife was yelling at the rally afterwards.
Yikes.
You got it, Joe. You answered every question. That means it. He's so surprised that she said that. He's, oh, really? I did? I don't remember. I don't recall.
And then the faces he was making all over that stage. It was a really bad look.
Mouth wide open.
And then on the other side, Trump is lying and avoiding every single question.
We can't parse through that. And we're not even going to waste the time talking about that. Because number one, we knew he was going to do that in the first place. Number two, most of the attention was paid towards the sitting president's mouth being open half the time.
No, for sure.
And him drifting off into space.
No, but I only have one thing that I'm really worried about, and that was the whole reaction, I should say, to the black jobs thing.
Yeah, let me enlighten you. A black job is any job that you hold with your black ass.
It just seemed like everybody was just kind of making fun of that, and it was like,
oh, the black job jokes was going crazy.
It
was insane.
We probably should take that a little more serious.
Yep. Black job is any job that your black ass got.
You know, so Trump is in office. You can forget about black jobs or jobs as a whole, for some of you at least. So I wouldn't be laughing at that. Just throwing that out there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where I decided to give the L to. But other than that, yeah, the debate proved that we're all fucked between both candidates. We're fucked either way. Oh well.
Hey, well, let's hope that Cornel West is on your ballot somewhere around you.
Oh no.
Probably won't be. But
we're fucked with him.
We'll see.
Fucked up voice RFK.
Israel, self-defense.
We're fucked with. I like Gavin Newsom, but I feel like he's just too California.
If they replace Biden, it'll be Gavin Newsom. They not fucking with.
I literally got a text from Gavin Newsom
talking about
after the debate. Like,
it's cool. It's cool, guys. We got this. Let's come together.
All right. 10-time All-Star James Harden is planning to return to Clippers on 2-year, $70 million deal. $70 million deal.
Have fun.
All these signings are just popping up on ESPN today. Marcus, please do not start singing career. That's hilarious.
Who hating on me?
Perp.
Damn, I was trying to be Party Next Door in auto-tune, but that's cool, Perp. Don't worry about it. I see the hate.
Big yikes. Shout out
Tony Robinson. Me see you, the biggest hater.
Gross. Shout out Tony Robinson, Mr. YouTube 92. Perp, chill, Johnny. Anybody else in here? Because I know there's more of y'all. Shout out to y'all. Anyway. It's you.
That was so. How long have we been recording, bro?
18 minutes.
Wow.
Told you I had a short list.
And we were talking about Ohio State, Michigan football for about 5 to 6 minutes of that. That's why he didn't want to go. He ain't had shit to talk about.
Told you I had a short list.
I don't even know if that qualifies as a short list.
Well, I deferred because I know you have a solid 30 minutes about Bronny that you want to get off.
I absolutely do not.
A solid 30 minutes about Rob Pelinka, LeBron, the Lakers organization, Genie Bus, Bronny.
No. You know what? Well, I don't think I can't not start with that. All right, let's start off with the dubs, I guess. So the first dub I got is going out to Lakers legend, James Worthy.
Okay.
James Worthy got caught on the hot mic.
Uh-oh.
Talking about some of the recent moves that were made by the Lakers, including hiring JJ Redick and drafting Bronny James. I think he added some expert insight into what's going on here, and I think we should all listen to his thoughts. Let me pull him up here. Let's see what he had to say. Uh-oh.
The right coaches in
there. Yep.
And so they did it right. They took their time.
Yep. They did wait. Mm-hmm. Yep. Pope does look pretty good in Denver. Malik Beasley looks great in Sacramento. We definitely didn't need him, though. We didn't need him. Bron didn't like him anymore. Oh, there were a couple coaches, but they all sucked. Even Darvin. Yeah, they all
Yeah.
suck.
Just in that
It's
interest.
kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, I got you.
3rd and 5 years.
No.
If you want to go before that,
No,
you can go 4 and 8.
3rd and 5 years, and if we go further than that, there's been 4 coaches in 8 years. The other voice y'all hear is Michael Bresnahan. He's the Spectrum Sports announcer guy.
So,
4 and 8 if you can.
well,
16 was Luke.
Thursday.
That's enough of that.
Yikes.
Yeah, just full of confidence over there in Lakerland. Everybody's feeling great about what's going on. Coach JJ Redick, man, what an all-star fucking hire there.
Yeah.
What a great
He has an
hire.
amazing basketball IQ, just like LeBron, and
Yeah,
things are gonna work out well.
man. It just feels so great to see that team do stuff. What a great time for you Laker fans, whoever you are out there.
Lakers now have 3 legendary Jameses.
That's no James Worthy.
James Worthy, LeBron James, and Bronny James.
Is he a legendary James with the Lakers?
Yeah, bro.
No.
They now have 3 legendary Jameses.
No.
That was the joke Chillmonger was trying to make.
He's a legendary player for sure.
Bronny?
His legacy, I'm talking about LeBron James Jr.
Oh, okay.
His legacy as a Laker remains to be seen, but I mean, I think the writing's on the wall at this point. Shout out to James Worthy for telling the truth.
So now can we get brownies up and running? Because I came up with that, and I think that's a good idea.
The next dub I got is going out to Tatiana Maslany. Yes, that is She-Hulk.
Yep.
Yes, she is getting a dub from me.
Okay.
Even though she probably won't be working at Disney much longer. She found a way to a microphone and said something about Palestine and the genocide that's going on there.
So I'm assuming what she said was pro-Palestine.
Yes.
And Disney don't fuck with that shit.
No, they do not. She's going to get a whooping like Mark Ruffalo, and she'll be lucky to keep her job.
A whooping is crazy.
I mean, that's what they did to him.
That is what they did to him.
He got his whooping, and he came out and apologized.
Yep. And then
What? Palestine? No, I didn't mean any of that. What you misunderstood me. What I meant was Israel has free reign to occupy any place they want to. Chosen people. Duh.
Yikes.
Yeah, shout out to Tatiana Maslany for speaking truth. On I want to kind of mesh in another political take on that as well. There were some anti-government protests going on in Kenya last week, where the 44th president of the United States, Barack Obama's sister and niece, were tear gassed.
Oh shit. Okay.
While being interviewed by CNN.
Mid-interview,
getting tear gassed while they're talking to CNN.
Oh, that would make sense as to why they're protesting.
Now, was there a day on Earth ever where, well, they probably wouldn't be at a protest anyways, but even if they were, that one of the Bush kids would get tear gassed?
No.
And can you imagine the backlash if one of the Bush family members
absolutely
were to get tear gassed while doing an interview live on CNN?
Yeah, the backlash would be swift and insane.
Good God. Oh my goodness. Pain.
Backlash.
Oh, I got a good one.
Right.
Not Like Us is getting a dub for me as well.
As it should.
Not Like Us is getting a dub for me because just like Kendrick says, the rabbit hole goes deep and it can go further, I promise. So somebody has broken down. Let me see if I can get her watermark. Let me get her watermark first before you start giving all the info.
All right.
So I can shout her out. Hold on.
Oh, her out. Okay.
Yeah, it was her. What is her name? I can't read this. Oh, because it's down here. The Culture Sours, right? Did it break down? You know, at the very end of the song, where he goes, "Hey, hey, 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 run for your life. Hey, 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 run for your life." You know anybody else that used to run around saying, "Hey, hey, 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 hey"? Ooh, Fat Albert. Who created Fat Albert?
Bill Cosby.
Ooh. Hey, 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 run for your life.
Bill Cosby got a weird case. Why is he around?
You know what I'm saying? And then also the what was the other one? Oh, Now step this way. Step this way.
R.
Now
Kelly.
step. Rabbit hole goes deep. It can go further, I promise.
I heard that one. If you haven't, I would highly suggest to everybody to watch the 616 in LA breakdown from
That's another one as well. Apparently, that was supposed to be all from Drake's perspective.
The first verse. Was
The
supposed to be
first
from
verse.
the
So
perspective.
before he gets to the, did you ever think that OVO was working for me?
Yeah, so like once he gets up to God,
Mhm.
that's all his perspective. But then everything before that, so the off-white Sunseeker and the Marina from all that's all Drake.
Woo.
And he's rapping like he's Drake.
Drake.
and-
Hey, I felt that. I just never wanted to say it. I felt like that was one of them 5 a.m. in Toronto,
That's
6 a.m. in Detroit.
that's what he
That
alleges.
was the whole point, right?
Yep.
Give me, he stole the, obviously 616 in LA, stole the whole moniker thing.
And then it goes deeper
Two
than
tone
that.
state stakes fucking arena.
It goes further than that because I guess Drake's been throwing yacht parties and Ibiza basically, and there's young girls all over these places. Madison Beer, who was like 17 when she met Drake on a yacht party.
Yeah, that was in the list of girls.
Yeah.
That was in the list of girls we was talking about.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. And then there was another girl who said she just got back from Ibiza, which was coincidentally right around the time that Drake threw some yacht party. And apparently Drake loves wine coolers. That's his to-go drink. That's his go-to drink.
Oh.
I'm like, wine coolers.
He's a spritzer man, huh?
Wine coolers is something that a little white girl would drink.
So to explain for Keke Palmer, who couldn't understand why being a 69 god was a bad thing, this is why, Keke. Now go on back and mind your business and call Darius.
You know he's on Instagram going bowling and using 69 God as his name.
No. Oh, he's doing more than that, and we'll get to that once we get to the L's. Once we get to the L's, yeah, for sure. All right, first L I got today is going out to Tyler. Now,
Okay.
I don't even know how I found it in the amount of hours I have in a day to talk on this mess, because the whole situation where I feel like it's pretty annoying. The whole like, is she black? Is she colored thing? I don't want anybody who doesn't think they're black to be black. I'm also not about to fight to make her say that she's black either. Like, let her not be black. If she's not black, she ain't black.
Sure.
Right? Not that I even understood the whole context around being colored but not black in Africa. Anyways, South Africa to be specific.
Yeah.
But anyways, so let that alone. But do you know that this girl in her songs talking about reparations got reparation bars in her songs?
Wait, her song mentions
A South African girl who can't even muster herself to call herself black is spitting about reparations and not needing them in her songs.
Not that it matters. What is the context of that?
I'm gonna just play it so you can hear it.
Jesus Christ. That's the first line of the song?
No, I don't think that's the first line.
Oh.
It's the first line of a verse, though.
That's insane.
Hold on, let's listen again. I don't need reparations, boy. Bye. Counting blessings by the dozen, boy. I'm shy. Okay, so like, you so blessed, you don't need the wealth that was historically stolen from your people for not your people. Sorry, you not black. You're not even from the United States. But I don't even understand I don't get the connection. Why that even need to be in there? Why that need to be in there?
I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I saved the confusion for Tyler. I'm gonna stick with Jhené Aiko. It's the same thing. Jhené Aiko is much deeper with her lyrics, I feel like, and she's a small petite girl who can sing.
I would say Jhené is a little bit more authentic than whatever we're getting out of old girl.
But I was thinking she's just deeper too.
I would politely suggest to Miss Tyler that if she doesn't want to have to keep explaining her race, her ethnicity, what she considers herself to be, what she identifies in, maybe, just maybe, stop. Don't find a way not to antagonize the most educated, the wealthiest, or whatever, however else you want to delineate it, group of black people on the planet for no other reason than a quippy line.
Does reparations mean something in South Africa?
I don't think so. No, but I guess there would be reparations for the native
Colonization.
Africans. Yeah. There, if they ever paid it. I don't know if that was ever a thing or not.
That could be a thing. The Dutch
For
paying out
apartheid.
reparations for taking over.
For apartheid in South Africa.
I guess.
I mean, but think about the level of. So even if you ain't talking about Black Americans, so then you talking about if yo South, but are you? Is it yo South African people? Because again, she doesn't identify herself as Black. See, now
all
it's
this
just getting so
confusion.
Yeah, it's getting so convoluted. Why are you even talking about this? You won't go in the Breakfast Club and tell them whether or not you Black or colored or whatever the hell you talking about or explain it. But you on your tracks talking about reparations. You there's a lot of confusion.
Yeah, all this confusion. I can just not deal with that and listen to Janae Aiko.
All right, next L I got is going out to Rich Paul.
The next L you have is going to Rich Paul. Oh yeah.
Was it not?
Sure.
I feel like it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I gave that man a dub for saying the quiet part out loud.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you talk about LeBron James and his son and nepotism when this entire league is built on it? Hey, look, more power on you. More power on you. Tell the truth. Stand in front of that shit. Say it proudly. Because for some reason, they even got Bronny's head wrapped up into this like he got into the league legitimately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think this is serious business. And nobody would draft me just because of my dad's name. Boy, you stupid as hell. Boy, you dumb as hell. The sixth man coming off of your bench at USC averaged 17 points a game and went undrafted. You're dumb if you actually believe that you in the league off of your own merit. You a fool. Or you bleeding into this who's man, Draymond Green now. Yeah, I think he's gonna be great. He's gonna be a generational talent. He got LeBron's DNA. I'm sorry, nigga. What are you talking?
Not how it works. This is Jordan's sons.
I hate him. I hate Stephen A. Smith. I hate Jay Williams. Jay Williams is of all people who had his dream snatched from him through injury, is watching a kid get into the NBA for no other reason than his dad is a hooper. And you down with that, Jay Williams? You of all people. Going through what you went through. You're down with that?
Jay Williams would have been a star.
And the absolute worst rationalization of all of this that I've gotten is, well, white people have been doing this in politics and higher education and corporate America for generations. It's finally time for us to get some. Shouldn't we have more Black nepotism? So you're telling me for the hundreds of years of nepotism that's kept Black people out of any number of industries and groups and what have you, right? Our payment for that is LeBron James getting to play with his son, so we even. I know that nepotism probably kept me out of Ivy League school. I know that nepotism probably kept me from getting a job at a Fortune 500 company. I know that nepotism probably kept me from getting promoted at the job that I currently have. But since LeBron James is playing with his son in LA, we even, baby. No. We moving on up to the east side with them deluxe apartments in the sky high. Yeah, we're moving on up.
You know what? Maybe because of representation.
No, shut up. Shut up.
Representation.
Rich Black people doing nepotistic shit doesn't help you in the least bit at all. It's the most idiotic shit I've ever heard of in my life. It's fucking pathetic. Jay Williams, you should be embarrassed. You should be absolutely embarrassed. Hope I didn't hurt your ears too much, Perk.
Yikes. Let's see. Chill said Michael had the double nickel. LeBron had his son drafted 55. And then William Moloch said, Mama, we made it.
Man.
Nigga, we made it.
Like Zaire Wade, Sharif O'Neal. Like, they can wait. Oh, that's not LeBron's kid. So,
well,
that makes sense, right? Everybody else can go to the G League except for Bronny James.
Well, you know who's not going to the G League? Kion Anthony.
Because he's better than LeBron James.
Oh, much better than LeBron James.
Hell, they got Imani Bates playing in the G League right now.
Which is crazy.
Bronny James and Imani Bates are not even on the same. They shouldn't be on the court together. They should not be able to play basketball together. That is the degree of separation between a guy like Imani Bates, who tried to give his career away, right, but found it into the league. Now he's playing in the G League, and a guy like Bronny, who is literally only there because his last name is James. Not even comparable. But Bronny, I bet you he gets the 15th roster spot. Why Imani Bates is going to start in the G League this season.
Mm-hmm.
Now make that make sense. We know for a fact that Imani Bates is the better player than LeBron James. We know for a fact that there were multiple guards, not just the starting guard, not just the lead guard. There were multiple guards. If there was a third string in basketball, LeBron James would have been there.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, well, Marcus, he almost lost his life. He had a cardiac arrest. He had a cardiac arrest last year. All the more reason he shouldn't be playing with grown-ass men. So he played 25 out of his 30 games in college, averaged 4 points a game. How the fuck do y'all think it's going to happen in the NBA? How y'all think that's going to go?
82 games. So a lot of load management going on there.
And I know it sounds all nice and, oh my God, it's like King Griffey Sr. and King Griffey Jr. playing together. It all sounds fucking great, right? Until you same people that's saying it's great hop on his ass when he sucks. He's basically NBA Caitlin Clark. And y'all not going to let it go. Every time the man step on the court, you want to expect him to do something spectacular, just like his father.
That's not going to happen.
And when he doesn't do it, guess whose ass is going to get ran out the league faster than he got put in it? It's not going to be LeBron Sr. And he's not going to step in front of it either. If it's blatantly obvious that his son can't play, he's not going to step in front of it.
No, not at the expense of his career.
This man is offering up his son prematurely for his reasons, for his reasonings. This doesn't have anything to do with Bronny. If he was doing what was best for Bronny, we would be back at USC or at Ohio State or at Kentucky or somewhere where they can develop him. And maybe he can break into an NBA draft as a lottery pick, as opposed to, hey, your last chance for getting into the league guaranteed is right here at 55. And, oh, I guess it's just a coinky dink that your daddy is on the team.
Yikes.
I don't know who this is good for. It ain't good for Bronny. It ain't good for LeBron, because now you're responsible for two. You're responsible for yourself at age 39 and your son.
Soon to be 40.
I don't even know why you would want this, other than it's going to look nice in my memoir. It's going to look nice on my life story.
My son
that
can
type
be
of
on
shit.
my team for my farewell tour next
For
year.
my farewell tour or whatever, he'll be there. It'll come off as a passing of the torch, even though he can't crack the lineup.
Oof. Big yikes. William Moloch said this Bronny discussion is going to be bigger than Caitlin Clark.
You think?
For the simple fact that there's way more eyes on it.
Like y'all thought the vitriol around Caitlin Clark was bad. Wait till he gets out there and goes over 8.
Ugh.
Wait till he goes out there and gets 3 or 4 turnovers and we lose a game. Because we ain't gonna be no better. Oh, let me put a nice little tiny bow up on it. So after we got JJ Redick, another nepotistic hire, because he has absolutely no coaching experience whatsoever, and then cusses out a reporter when she asked him about it on his introductory press conference. Says, I don't give a fuck. Oh, we know you don't give a fuck. That is the one thing that is clear about this situation. Not only did we do that, not only did we draft Bronny, but at the end of it, none of that guarantees that LeBron's going to sign with us. He's only going to sign with us if we get another player. Another fucking player. Another one.
Trae Young.
There has never been an elite player with a weaker mindset than LeBron James. Hear what I'm saying? I'm conceding he's elite. He's top 3. Most of y'all think he's the greatest of all time. There has never been an elite player with a weaker mindset than LeBron James.
We're saying elite player.
Yeah, he's an elite player.
There's definitely been weaker mindsets.
I don't consider Paul George to be an elite player,
no,
but if he was, he's pretty close. No, he's not. He's not.
Well, you said elite player.
Nowhere near. Yeah, nowhere near elite.
Like, oh, okay.
He has the weakest mentality, the weakest constitution of any superstar I have ever laid my eyes on, and the shit sickens me. I need another player and another player and another player. I think you should ask for more players and more players and more players.
Meet the bronze.
Okay.
Coming in at less than the 30-minute clip that I thought you were coming in.
Have you heard anything about Kyle Flipowski?
Kyle Flipowski.
He is the
Sounds
newest
familiar.
newest basketball player for the Utah Jazz.
Okay.
So Kyle got drafted to the Utah Jazz last week.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle has a wife.
Okay.
Kyle met his wife some years ago.
Okay.
Kyle's only 23.
Kyle's 23. Got it.
Kyle met his wife when he was 14, 15 years old, 13, 14, somewhere in there.
He was 13, 14.
She was his babysitter.
Oh.
Kyle ended up dating his babysitter, his former babysitter, when he was 18 years old,
When
and is
she was
now
18
married
years
to
old.
her.
Oh, he started dating her when he was 18 years
When he was
old.
18, even though he met her 4 or 5 years prior as a child, because that's his babysitter.
I don't like where this is going.
Kyle married this woman and no longer speaks to his family.
Oh. Okay. Because he married this woman specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, she's I think she's a Mormon.
Oh, so getting drafted to Utah is
You know who really loves Mormon? You know what states love Mormons and maybe would overlook the whole grooming aspect of this relationship?
oh yeah, the grooming part too. Good old Utah.
Good old Utah. You know who's perfectly set up as a franchise to handle a grooming piece of shit? The Utah Jazz. Everything about this situation is too perfect.
Okay, so how old is the babysitter?
I don't know exactly, but the fact that she was his babysitter
No, it's sick.
lets you know that like there was. Oh, wait! I do know. So she went to his high school prom when she was 24. She was 24,
went to his high
going
school
to an
prom with him.
18-year-old
Okay, so she's
high school prom,
roughly
roughly
6
6 years older than him.
Gross.
So she was already like
She was
19, 20
20.
years old when she met him
Gross.
as a child.
Gross.
Then starts dating him when he's 18, goes to his high school prom as a 24-year-old. Now he's in his 20s. She's damn near 30.
Gross. Gross.
And they're married. They're Mormon, and he's not allowed to speak to his family anymore.
His family knows that she's been a gold digging grooming.
Oh, they
ass.
absolutely do. So his mom and his brother have both now sent tweets underneath some sent comments underneath some Instagram posts of his talking about how the NBA has ignored it and they're not touching the story. It's been going on for at least 3 years.
The NBA ignored it.
His mom flat out said that she's been grooming him since he was a child. Like she's had this
Nasty
plan in
behavior.
place for years.
That's insane.
So
I guess
yeah,
watch who you have babysitting your kids.
ugh, Mr. Flipowski, shame on you, sir.
Gross.
All right, I'm giving the L to Drake because I feel like we should be a little bit more focused on the music than the trolls at this point.
Yeah.
Especially when you are voting in polls, Twitter polls, about whether or not you lost the beef.
Yeah.
Or which one was the best song? Was it? Hold on, let me see. What was it?
It was like, yeah, it was. Which song was the best song? Was it only Kendrick songs?
Man, Kendrick never fails to deliver. Crazy because he had no backing track. I don't know what that means. No backing track. Whole set
When he was
list. Oh,
performing.
for when he was performing. There you go.
Yeah.
Whole set list of guests were perfect. He really him. I need to see him live ASAP. What did you think of the performances? What was the best moment? So they said Euphoria, Family Matters, Not Like Us, Meet the Grams. Do you know this motherfucker voted in the poll?
Trash.
Fam, that's not a troll. That just shows me you're bothered.
Extremely.
That's not a troll. You took your time to vote on what the best part of Kendrick Lamar's performance was, even if you feel like you're doing it on purpose. That's not a troll.
No,
It's not a troll.
It's not.
You were one of the 8,000 people that clicked on this damn photo.
Goofy as hell.
Just that, and then I guess he took a second trip back to New Hoking.
Yep.
Fam, you already went
And
there.
ordered the Kendrick special.
Good
Goofy
for
nigga.
you.
Goofy ass nigga.
Like, you in your city and they're naming food after Kendrick and you're eating it.
At the place that
You got him.
the place that you got robbed at.
You got robbed at 15 years ago. You got him.
So let me get this straight. You went to the place that you got robbed at to order
The Kendrick Lamar.
the fucking special that was named after the nigga you lost a rap beef to.
Mhm.
That's at
Because
least
when you can't
2 or
rap
3 Ls.
anymore, you just lean into whatever it is that they were saying about you. Oh, I go to Turks. I bet I go to Turks next week, nigga. I better go to Turks next week. Oh, I'll be with Sexy Red. I bet these 2 bad bitches be in a video next week. Nickel.
They say I'm too pop. I bet I do 2 pop.
I bet I
songs
do
with
2
Camila
pop
Cabello.
songs. They say I'm a culture vulture. I'm a match folk music and Jamaican accents and make Wagwan Delilah.
And then he did the pop songs with the girl who called Normani the N-word.
A nigga, yeah.
What are you doing? What is this? Jesus Christ.
He's a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted.
King Drake was just showing he doesn't use bots.
Who the
according to
hell said King Drake?
Chillmonger.
I'm about to block. We about to
He also said, relax, Bronny will get
to
minutes
block
and
you.
play at All-Star Weekend. Bronny James slam dunk contest
no.
and in the 3-point contest
Nope.
and in the skills challenge.
All right. So that's Drake. Oh, Gen Z is getting my next L.
Oh, yeah, they
Gen-
deserve it just for being Gen Z.
Gen Z is fucking up, y'all. So this is according to Business Insider.
Okay.
Did you know, and this is a very competitive time for getting jobs right now out here in the job market.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that currently Gen Z, 26% of the applicants are bringing their parents to their interviews?
I'm sorry, what?
26% of Gen Zers are bringing their parents to the, and I don't mean like, okay, mom, drop me off, stay in the parking lot for emotional support when I get back.
Sure.
No. They're going in to interview.
Okay, hold on. I need to see what the age range we're talking about is.
Fam.
It really doesn't
Pull
matter.
up the Business
'Cause if you're
Insider
getting a
article.
job, it's still insane.
There's
Age
more.
range,
There's more.
11 to 26. Yeah, no, that's some of y'all are grown.
26%. So 1 in 4 of y'all are taking your parents to the interview? I have never.
Never even.
I just
thought
don't
about it.
understand. What in the holy fuck
Oh, I don't
are
know
y'all
what to do.
doing?
I don't know what to do. Mommy, hold my hand. That's all you can get from that.
Like, bruh, first of all, I don't even think I would conduct the interview at that point. I wouldn't even conduct the interview. Dog, 7% of them allow their parents to answer questions.
What would you say is your biggest weakness?
Well, my Stevie is very good at paying attention. Isn't that right, Stevie?
If you say so, Mom.
Oh my God. Aubrey is very good at creating things. He's an artist. He's a very good actor, too.
If you say so, Mommy.
You should see him out there jamming around looking like one of those hip hop boys. He really does it well.
Rick Ross was racist to me, Mommy.
Fam, bringing your parents to a job interview is absolutely like mental. I can't come up with another word.
Oh, Polo boy.
What up, Polo?
Bro, stop lying on my generation. Stop
No.
the cap.
1 in 4 of y'all are taking your parents. You know at least one person who's taking their parents to a job interview. You know at least one, bro. According to Business Insider. That is funny as hell.
On a related note, if you put pronouns in your resume, employers will likely reject you.
I believe that. Even some of the left-leaning ones, because I feel like they don't want to have to deal with the potential meshing of other people that already work there. You know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah. It seems like somebody who could be easily offended and
yeah, like if we're going to be taking
issues.
time out of our day to be going back and forth about what to call you for any reason, whether it's your fault or the people that's in here already, I just feel like maybe that's something that we shouldn't be having out at work.
That is
You know?
interesting. Polo Boy said, "Bro, I go to Morehouse. We don't do that BS." Shout out to Morehouse though.
Shout out to Morehouse. Oh man. All right. So I got 2 more takes left. One is a toss up, really just some condolences to Roy Jones Jr. on the loss of his son.
Yeah.
Just couldn't imagine. It's terrible. Kind of shades of Regina King a couple years ago with her son as well.
Absolutely.
Pray for him and his family. That's my favorite
For
boxer of
sure.
all time. Definitely feel for him in his time of need.
Yeah.
I got one last L. Johnny will like it. It's for EJ Holland of On 3, Michigan Insider. Or no, that's 24/7. The Wolverine, I think it is On 3.
What's up, William Moloch?
I am giving him an L. I don't know if anybody remember the first L I gave him. This was several months ago. We were arguing about Mike Hart and his recruiting prowess when he was, meat riding Tony Alford.
Yep.
Man, he's got all these top 100 recruits. He's got 3 top 100 recruit visits scheduled. Mike Hart didn't have any of those in his 3 years. Well, Mike Hart landed a top 100 recruit in Jordan Marshall. Mike Hart also, or let's leave Mike Hart alone because Mike Hart is no longer on the staff. Let's talk about Tony Alford. Tony Alford, those 3 visits that he had: Marquise Davis, Bo Jackson, and Jordan Davison. Marquise Davis went to Kentucky. Jordan Davison went to Oregon. Bo Jackson went to Ohio State. And all of that happened before the barbecue at the Big House this month in July. Do you think EJ Holland's going to come back out and tell you that maybe he was a little bit overzealous in his praise of Tony Alford? No, of course not. Now, I personally love the backs that Tony Alford recruited. I think Johnson is going to have a chip on his shoulder. I think a lot of people have counted him out after an early ACL injury in his sophomore season of football. But so goes the recruiting industry, right? I think Jasper Parker is going to be a good offset guy. Guy can catch the ball out of the backfield, bigger guy, tall guy, kind of give you a change up from what you'd be getting from Johnson. I love those guys. I love those recruitments, but that is not what we were sold, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were sold Tony Alford's better than Mike Hart. We were sold that Mike Hart was doing half his job because he didn't have these top 100 recruits.
Mm-hmm. So
what percentage, EJ, is Tony Alford doing his job? Is it 25%? Because he got him there to visit, right?
And fumbled.
So it's 25. We obviously can't count on development yet because we haven't seen anything during the season.
Sure.
So it's not development. Sure isn't closing on the recruits. So if Mike was only doing half by being a quote unquote lazy recruiter and still pulling in higher rated guys than his not his predecessor, what is it? His successor, right? Still has guys on the roster that are rated higher than the guys that we got in this class. And again, I love them both. But the guys that Mike Hart recruited that are currently on the roster are ranked higher than Jasper Parker and Johnson. What the fuck's going on? EJ Holland told me we were getting a much better recruiter. EJ Holland told me Mike Hart was doing half his job. EJ Holland told me that Tony Alford had done more for Michigan recruiting in the few weeks that he had been here before he put his meat in his mouth than Mike Hart had did the entire time. It's almost as if somebody's a hack and had a personal beef with Mike Hart. And so now we gotta beef up Tony Alford in the onset because Mike Hart's no longer here and I can take as many shots as I want.
Big yikes.
That's it for Dubs and L's.
I know one thing though. EJ Holland will probably praise me as the elite recruiter once we get to college football.
He sure will. He sure will. Just show him the amount of 5 stars you got on college football 25. He'll love it.
I will.
He'll love it.
A lot of 5 stars and 4 stars over this way. You feel me? Gonna do outro?
That's Dubs and L's. Give us your thoughts on our Dubs and L's in the comment prompt below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Come back next week, next Wednesday, for another round.
Absolutely. Make sure you check out our W's and L's playlist full of recaps from previous weeks. See what we talked about there. And then obviously make sure that you go ahead and subscribe. Like he said, we like to do this every Wednesday at 10 o'clock. All right, chat. Behind the Cape. Got to move on to Behind the Cape. I'm going to do the thing first, though.
Do the thing.
Black jobs.
What up, Crippler? Hey, William Moloch, it was a football conversation. I don't even think you dipping and dabbing in that one. Let that one go. It was about E.J. Holland. He's a Michigan beat reporter. Or a Michigan recruiting insider, I should call him. A recruiting expert. I'm an expert at knowing exactly how useless these rankings are, but still talking about them endlessly. Sure. I mean, you could be a real journalist.
No, overrated.
Could be an actual journalist and write about football.
Being an actual journalist is overrated.
I guess.
Be biased.
Or you can, jock ride high school students.
Yeah. Be biased for whoever is benefiting you the most.
The most, yeah. Whoever gives you the most access. Well, that guy's talking to me, so he's really good recruit. He's really good.
Tony Alford's also liking tweets that are negative about him from Ohio State fans. Really weird.
Why wouldn't he be doing that?
Liking him?
Why wouldn't he be doing that?
Why would I like him?
Well, you're right, because that means you either sitting up there, you're scrolling through the hate, or you're seeking it out. But if I was going to choose a reaction to the hate, it'd be liking it for sure. Bring all that in. Bring all that in.
Maybe you can internalize it, but showing somebody like, oh yeah, I saw this. I don't know. Just a little
I don't
weird.
think that's what it is. I think it's let me have record of all the shit that's being said. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't bookmark some of them joints.
What if it doesn't work out for
Hey, you know what? I will say that I have been in Tony Alford's position, not exactly in Tony Alford's position, because I didn't leave, my team to go to my rival. But I've been in his position in terms of everybody having a set expectation for you coming into a season, regardless of any context. No, we just got this set expectation because you are who you are. We are who we are, and it's going to go the way we say it to. So I appreciate the, okay, bet. I'm going to go back to my likes and see all of you bitches. All of you.
Hell no. William Moloch says, hey, yo, who meeting? Who mouth?
Yeah, we already explained to him.
I
Already
agree.
explained.
Tony Robinson says, Marcus, you and Josh should coach the Lakers.
I mean, I have about as much head coaching experience as JJ Redick at this point. Well, you know what? I take that back because he's at least did an introductory press conference where he cussed, because that's professional. Also, there was a nasty little rumor about him calling one of the training staffs an Inger, one of the female training staffs an Inger at his time at Duke.
JJ?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think everybody forgot how much JJ Redick was hated coming out of college when he was coming out of Duke.
I vaguely
For a
remember
time,
that.
he was the most hated player in the NBA.
Did he come out the same year as Jay Williams?
I feel like it had to be somewhere around there.
It was close.
It was
I remember
close.
they
Yeah,
won,
it was close.
They won together, didn't they?
At Duke? Maybe. I don't know.
They were at least on the same team at some point.
Sure.
I have to look this up now. No, I don't. Yeah, they were at least on the same team. Anyway, whatever. Behind the Cape. Okay. I'm a little upset. I'll be honest.
I'm upset.
I'm a little upset because
Shout out to
Ryan.
Maze Madman.
Gross. Because Ryan Gosling rumored to be a part of the MCU, but it was not in the role that I wanted him to be cast in.
It's not Century.
That wasn't the role either.
What it
but
should have been.
still
Well,
no.
again, we don't know if it's official. We got Hall H coming up here this summer, so we'll be able to get a lot. I feel like a lot of more clarity on some of the more recent leaks that are coming out.
Sure. Yeah, no, Marvel could have done the thing with the meme and made Ryan Gosling Black Panther.
Please stop.
No, he's going to be Ghost Rider according to recent rumors. So we'll see if that.
Yeah,
even
I don't know if I
happens.
love him as Johnny Cage.
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze, excuse me. Johnny Blaze.
Yeah,
Johnny Cage. Who the hell is Johnny Cage?
from Mortal Kombat.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wrong character. Johnny Blaze. Yeah, I don't know. Not that, and honestly, I'd be surprised if he would sign up for something like that. Like all of the relevant parts. No, I don't like this. I don't like this. The most interesting parts of Ghost Rider is when Ghost Rider is Ghost Rider, not when he's Johnny Blaze.
Sure.
I have the sneaky suspicion that Ryan Gosling will kind of have Pedro Pascal Dinjarin syndrome, where he needs to take off his fucking mask all the fucking time to show his pretty little face.
Well,
Because if there's one thing that we know about Ryan Gosling, he sure loves to show the kisser, right?
Yes.
So, like, is he really going to be down to be Skull and Flamehead for 2/3 of the movie?
That's a good question. I mean, I kind of roll with it because I feel like it's a turn from like the romantic movie Ryan Gosling. It's more like a gray man Ryan Gosling. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, even at that, he was just extremely blonde to the point where if you put any other hair color on him, man, I'm just going to see the piercing blonde all through it.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I mean, plus, also Nick Cage already kind of put his stamp on that role, did he not?
At least we know he's not going to talk like this.
Facts. All right. Another rumor has come out about Black Panther 3.
Yeah.
That Shuri, Okoye, and Nakia will help the young T'Challa Jr., T'Child, whatever you want to call him, become the next Black Panther.
They better not.
And that'll be, and I don't know if that will have to include a time jump. Shuri giving up the mantle so quickly does at least work with what happened in the comics.
She'll probably die.
Jesus, the
Most
entire
likely.
royal family just dies.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a thing. It doesn't drive at all.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be some civil war aspect in that because now we're trying to bring yet another bastard into the royal halls to assume the throne. Like that didn't just go terribly. Like they didn't just go terribly with Eric.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's going to be a lot of apprehension, and now you're going to have to be very xenophobic towards the little boy because he ain't really from Wakanda. He got Wakandan blood, but he Haitian. Like there's going to be a lot of nasty stuff that comes off of that premise if they continue to go down that line. And I, for the life of me, can't understand why they would even be entertaining this. Now, the only reprieve that we got is that it hasn't been officially announced by Marvel. So these rumors are every bit as legitimate at this point as the rumors that we had before about them pivoting from all of this.
Yeah.
Right? Like this sounds like a pivot. It's just not holistic enough. All right, we're going back to a male Black Panther. It's going to be T'Challa Jr. Well, now it's not clean. Now what happened to Shuri?
Too late. Damn near.
Well, and then also, how old is he going to be?
Like I said, it would almost have to be a time.
We passed the mantle off to a damn 10 or 11-year-old.
Yeah,
because he was at least like 6. Let's be generous and say he was 7 years old.
Yeah,
and then we account for the 5 years that we lost during the blip because this obviously didn't happen during the blip.
Mm-hmm.
So then are we talking about he's 12 years old now? He's 12?
Stupid.
Or no, wait, hold on. At this point, the 5 years had already happened. That's why he's 5 or 6 or whatever, however old he is. He's 5.
Yeah.
So even with a time jump, let's say we time jump 10 years, a whole decade, which they're not going that far. A 15-year-old Panther? That's what we're looking at? 15? Young Avenger? Huh?
No, thank you. William Moloch says we get a new Black Panther every movie, which is a fact and a terrible precedent to set. Bird says off topic, LOL, but I don't know if I am tripping, but it feels like the recast T'Challa movement is growing. Let's hope Marvel does the right thing. Does it feel like it's growing to you? You feel like there's more people at least somewhat echoing the sentiment now?
I feel like
there
was always this idea that it had to reach a critical mass. It has to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The moment that you convinced 60,000 people to move in unison for one cause showed that there was enough energy to maybe to alter course.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I am not great at math, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up a calculator here. But let's say we go 60K, and we times that by average ticket price of $12.50
Yeah,
nationwide, about $12.50 or so.
sounds about right.
Okay, that's $750,000, almost $1 million. You don't think $1 million would be enough for them to be like, hey, hey, and that's just if every single one of them people bought one ticket.
And that's at that point.
It's $750,000 if they buy one ticket, not renting out theaters, not taking their kids on a sleepover and going to see Black Panther before, not having a birthday party, not just taking your family out to see it,
Right.
and then going out to buy merch, and then going out to buy the movie on digital, and then buying it on Blu-ray,
then
and this,
seeing
that,
it
and the third,
again like
seeing it
people did with the
again.
first one.
There's $750,000 in those individuals, single, just those single individuals alone. If they don't spread that wealth any other way, so like it wasn't like we needed it to reach 1 million,
Right?
to reach 100,000 even. That 60,000 was enough. Kind of, what was the word I'm looking for? Transitively, right? To make a difference. Now, the problem with recognizing that is that everybody was looking through this one app of Twitter. Well, if I'm getting feedback or if I'm getting pushback on Twitter posts every time I post something about Recast T'Challa, that must mean it's 50-50. No. If the Drake and Kendrick beef has taught you anything, let it teach you how bots work. You buy them, you press the button, you have your support. And it's almost like you're talking to a real person. And once again, let me remind you that the majority of people that you talk to on these apps are fake, especially Twitter.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think you could ever really gauge how well or how bad it was actually going because of the kind of standard principles that we're thinking of don't apply to where this was most commonly being talked about, which is Twitter. So I think that, yeah, it's as strong as it has ever been, but now there's a much less of an incentive to fight it. And that's the biggest difference that I've seen. Like, there used to be, it felt like a concerted effort from not just Marvel Shields, but also Black Hollywood to kind of like keep that role gate kept in the immediate aftermath of Chadwick Boseman's death. So now it just feels more like the Hollywood crowd has kind of forgotten about it and turned their back. You don't even hear the cast and crew talking about it no more.
Of course.
You don't hear anybody. You don't hear Winston Duke. You don't hear Letitia Wright. You don't hear Lupita Nyong'o, and you don't hear anybody really talking about it anymore because we're not doing pressers. I guess everybody's no longer sad because we're not doing interviews.
Yeah.
But that class of people has already let it go. Now it's just the Marvel Shields, and they don't really have a leg to stand on. Oh, the cast and crew. Sorry, the cast and crew aren't his family, and his family thinks otherwise. And regardless of what the cast and crew thinks and what the fans think, they got to make money. Or, I'm sorry, what the cast and crew thinks or what his family thinks. Regardless of that, they have to make money. And the majority of fans told you on the second iteration of the movie that they didn't like what they saw.
I mean, the Shills never really had a leg to stand on.
No, they didn't. But I feel like the argument is getting even thinner.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure.
Now you present the logic and they just mosey off. They don't even respond anymore.
Yeah.
Before they used to go back and forth with you for a little bit. Now they just kind of, oh, all y'all coming? Okay, yeah, no, I didn't want this much engagement.
Your favorite show from Marvel coming up is wrapped. Wonder Man.
My favorite show. Stop it.
Good old Wonder Man.
Yeah.
He's been waiting on that one.
Who's been waiting on it?
You.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
Any thoughts on it, Razin?
I don't think anybody's been waiting on Wonder Man. I mean, what is there to say, man? Like they went through with it. I wish Yaya the best. That's about all I can say.
Sure.
I don't know what to expect from the character other than being eternally annoyed by the pending love triangle that is Vision, Scarlet Witch, and Wonder Man.
Mm-hmm.
It'll probably make me throw the fuck up.
Gross.
But other than that, I buckle up. Buckle up.
Will you be watching?
I don't know. Probably not immediately. I don't know. I have to see it at least once all the way through
Okay.
to be able to critique if nothing else.
Okay.
But I'm not very excited about it. I'm not happy about it.
Yeah. Okay. Lanterns has been picked up for 8 episodes by HBO. Looks like we've got some writers: Damon Lindelof of Watchmen and The Leftovers, and Tom King of Mr. Miracle and Supergirl. Oh no, I'm sorry. They will serve as executive producers and they will co-write.
Yep.
So
Who's directing?
Chris Mundy,
Which he did what?
True Detective, Night Country, and
Yeah,
Ozark.
there you go. Okay.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
why I
He's
liked
serving
him.
as showrunner and
He's
executive
the head
producer.
showrunner.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like this a lot. I like that team up a lot. I like Lindelof with Tom
King.
and Tom King. I know a lot of people have kind of been out on Tom King here lately. I think balancing him out with Lindelof, and then you add the fact that the showrunner is the guy from Night Country, from True Detective,
And Ozark.
and Ozark. Like I've never had trouble with dialogue from either one of those shows. So I have mighty amounts of confidence in this project and how it's going to be written. It's really up to the two actors who played John and Hal to drive it home.
Why do I feel like at one point there was 3 of them? It was going to be
3
Hal,
lanterns?
John, and
It's 2. You may be thinking about in Superman, Nathan Fillion is playing Guy Gardner in there.
maybe.
So maybe that's the 3rd lantern you were thinking about.
Could be. But yeah, no, I'll be excited to see who they actually get to play Hal and John.
Yeah.
That's also going to be, because I guess Hal is going to be older than John, so they're going to probably get a decently young John and
Yeah.
older
I don't know
mentor and Hal.
what the age is, but I'd venture to guess 25 and under probably for John, and maybe like 30 to 50.
I think they said
Did
it.
they say it in there?
No, not in that article, but I think when we gave the casting rumor, it said it. I'll have to find it.
Look it up later.
While I continue to look for that, Ahsoka will recast Balin Skull for season.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah, I do say. So,
Really?
So Ray.
You mean Ray Stevenson's performance as Balin Skull didn't transcend all other iterations of the character?
No, not according to.
That's funny, because I don't remember seeing Balin Skull in any other iteration of media. So I guess by default it would have to transcend all other iterations of media, right?
Literally, yeah.
Maybe they just don't like Ray Stevenson. Maybe he's a bad guy.
I don't think so. I don't think that's the thing. But yeah, no, they don't feel like Ray Stevenson is that important of an actor to not recast, like they said with Black Panther.
Y'all pay attention to Hall H for SDCC. Y'all pay attention to what's going on there, because again, you can kind of pitch it to the side or ignore it or spin a narrative or use your vast array of networks to control the communications around your projects. But eventually, especially when you're not fiscally successful, you're not making money, at least you're not making the type of money you need to be who you are, be the corporate giant that you are. If you're not doing that, you leave yourself very vulnerable. And now things like that, those type of failures kind of compound. And now with you being a little bit weaker at this moment, I don't think that they could just ignore all of the calls from inside of the house, inside of the Marble House.
Sure.
So keep your eyes on Hall H for any bending of the knee for Marvel in a hopes to try and convince their fans to come back. Because again, Deadpool and Wolverine is going to be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. They'll make as much money or more than they did with Guardians 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how is that going to convince people to start coming back permanently?
No.
Are we going back to pre-Endgame MCU fever? Like the amount, man, it was a time, man. If you have just gotten into the MCU in the last 5 to 10 years, you don't even know what you're missing, dog. You have no idea.
Big yikes. All right. So apparently DC Studios is looking for a Hal Jordan between 43 to 49 and a Jon Stewart between 27 to 35.
Okay, a little bit older than I thought for Jon Stewart, but yeah, yep,
Somewhere in that same
sounds
range,
right.
though.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So no, I'll be excited about that, but I feel like I definitely want to see who they get to play both of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Kevin Feige confirms that Fantastic Four will be a period piece,
And it's also set in an alternate universe.
which is stupid.
Why are we making this movie?
I don't know.
Why are we making this movie?
To give Homeboy another acting role.
Are we establishing other universes to come together for Secret Wars? Is that like? But why are the X-Men, the Avengers, and the Fantastic Four all in universes of their own? Why are we doing that?
Because that was the only story they could fashion to get all of them into this universe. That's all I got.
I don't know, man. It's very convoluted.
Sure.
I don't really. They're frustrating me a lot. I can't even. I sound like Joe Biden. I can't form a thought.
At least you're not up here looking like
1960, right?
Mhm.
Ooh, you want to know an interesting little hole that they've created for themselves in all of this? So X-Men 97 is canon, right?
Yep.
It's canon.
Mhm.
Okay, so we just seen T'Chaka in the 97 video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say T'Chaka is 60 years old.
Okay.
So then we'll go back 30 years, 35 years or so, to when T'Chaka was 25. So now the new Boy King is not T'Challa, even in live action, in this alternate universe. We could just make it be T'Chaka, a 25-year-old T'Chaka.
Doesn't even.
Young T'Chaka.
You're convoluting things.
No, I didn't convolute shit.
No, not you.
I was about to say I didn't do it.
Not you. Them. They would be making things entirely too convoluted and ridiculous.
I don't understand. Okay, even if you're going to go back in time, right? That would explain why they're not around.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to compound that with also they're in another universe? Like you don't need to do both now.
No, you don't.
Like if you're already doing back in time, that makes sense why we don't know who they are. They're old as dirt.
Yeah.
Old as dirt.
Even though there'd probably be references to them, but maybe not.
I've given all the bail I can give.
No, for sure. For sure. Okay. Viggo Mortensen's thinking about a possible movie that he'd be willing to do.
His name is Aragorn.
Yikes. Is that his name? He'd be willing to return for The Hunt for Gollum, if it's a good script or he goes broke.
Hey, that's a crazy thing to say.
One or the other.
Like if the script's good, I'll definitely do it. Or if I go broke, and then I'll do anything for money. Like you.
The script is the most important thing to me, unless I'm broke. I have no money and I'm lucky to get any job, so it just depends. If you see me out here and I'm struggling, then you know I'm about to do that movie and it's about to suck.
Suck. Catch me in the unemployment line. I'm about to make a Tubi movie.
A Tubi Lord of the Rings movie would be insane.
You shall not pass. You shall not pass. You shall not pass.
Moving on.
You shall not pass. You shall not pass.
Moving on. Inside Out 2 has become the first film of 2024 to pass $1 billion worldwide.
Y'all, I feel like this movie hasn't been out that long. How is that even possible? That happened quickly.
It hasn't been out that long.
Been out for like 2, maybe 3 weeks.
We're just now getting into July. It couldn't have been out that long.
Already past the Billy.
It came out June 14th.
So literally 2 weeks ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is insane. Do your thing.
Sheesh. Tops 1 billion at the global box office.
That's crazy.
Damn.
For an animated feature?
Golly.
Who's Inside Out? Is that Disney?
Yeah.
Whoo! Now that's a whopper. That's a
Dis-
whopper that they
Disney and
needed.
Pixar.
That is a whopper that they needed for sure.
Damn. All right. Well,
Shuri was right to bring T'Challa to Wakanda. You never abandon your family like T'Challa or T'Chaka did. No, you're right. The problem with that is that T'Challa had already reconciled the errors of his father. It's like they repeated a story arc for him in his passing. He already dealt with the sins of our father's arc. So why would it make sense for T'Challa to do the same thing to the child in the first place? Right? Like I was just mentioning the internal strife. Like there's definitely going to be civil war and a lot of xenophobia over the fact that this kid was born and raised in Haiti. I guess it's not gonna be unless we just totally try to tell a whole nother story about some different people, which is halfway what we've been doing so far anyway. So it's possible.
Yeah.
But you're right. He probably shouldn't be repeating the same mistakes of his father and bring him back. Talk to Ryan Coogler. I don't know.
Quiet Place Day 1 opens with 53 million domestically, the biggest opening in the franchise. Any thoughts on that?
That's solid. That's solid. That'll be another one I see next week. I don't know if I'm seeing that out. I'll definitely see Quiet Place next week.
Okay.
Sure.
And two things for Eddie Murphy, actually. Beverly Hills Cop 4 has a $150 million budget, and it's releasing next week on Netflix. Also, Eddie Murphy says that the Donkey movie will also include his dragon wife and half-dragon donkey children. I did not know they were making a donkey movie.
I didn't know they were making a donkey movie either. That shit just kind of shocked me. Is Shrek going to be in the donkey movie? I feel like he should be.
I feel like he
Do
should
you
too.
be donkey sidekick this time?
They're oh no, Shrek 5 and a donkey spinoff. So I don't know.
Where was Shrek 4?
It was called something else. It wasn't just called Shrek 4. It was called Shrek Forever After. Shrek 2.
Shrek Forever After wasn't the third one?
No, Shrek the third.
And Shrek Forever After.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw Shrek Forever After.
I don't think I've seen the last two. No, I've seen Shrek the third. That was the one where they introduced Puss in Boots.
Please don't step on grass, stay your shoes, wipe your face. Dude, like there was a time, and I mean way back when, I'm talking VCR, push the button to rewind time, where we watched that shit like 50 times in a row.
I feel like I still remember
on
that song
the VCR.
because of that.
Yeah.
Insane.
Please don't step on our grass, tie your shoes, wipe your face. Do like this, do like this, do like is a perfect place.
Yeah, no, I only still know that because watching it at your house.
Let's do it again.
Oh hell no. Anyway, that's all I got. Any other thoughts? Anything?
I think that is pretty much the gist today. Give us your thoughts on everything we discussed here in Behind the Cape in the prompt below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Come back next week. Do it every Thursday.
Absolutely. And make sure you check out our playlist full of other Behind the Cape rumors. And also make sure you tune in. We're releasing these every Thursday.
We shall be back. We shall be back.
We got to talk about cognac at some point.
Oh, shit. Yes, screw Eric Kripke and his racist cognac jokes. Talking and everything.